Derby County have already upset one party this year. Can they do it again up against Blackburn Rovers? It's a huge game this weekend. Two sides on top form in the Championship, but who is going to come out on top? Someone's O has got to go, and whether it be Derby County's 4-game winning run going or whether it be Blackburn Rovers 3-game, it is a massive, massive battle ahead of both teams. Now, obviously, if you have not done so already, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell. We will be live on Saturday for a full watch-along of Blackburn Rovers versus Derby County. So if you haven't done so already, smash that subscribe button. Now, obviously, for both sides, it's been incredible form of late. Both teams didn't necessarily have the greatest starts to the year, but both teams have turned it around at pretty much the same point. Derby County picked up a huge 1-0 victory against Norwich City, which has spurred them on to 4 wins in 4, conceding just 2 goals in that time period, with 1-0 wins over Norwich City, QPR, 3-1 win over Sheffield United and a 2-1 win over Hull City. Blackburn Rovers secured a 2-1 win over Southampton, and that has led to back-to-back victories with no goals conceded, with a 2-0 win over Leicester and a 1-0 win over Bristol City. It's going to be really interesting to see how these two sides line up. You can let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Drop your score predictions down there as well, but let's get into it. Now, Derby County, over the course of the last, 12 days or so, have really gone from strength to strength and now find themselves looking at those playoff positions and potentially even higher than that. Now, obviously, it is really early on in the season. Only 14 games played. There is a possibility that as of time of recording, QPR, Wrexham and Swansea City all have the ability to leapfrog Derby County in the table right now, but Derby County currently sit in 11th. Blackburn Rovers, on the other hand, sit in 18th place on 16 points. They are 4 points behind Derby County, but they do have a game in hand, which I believe is that Ipswich game, which is still yet to be replayed, but it is going to be interesting to see how this one does go. Now, if we look at Blackburn and their most recent game up against Bristol City, they played with a similar setup to what Derby County have been playing with Toff in goal, a back three of Miller, Wharton and McLaughlin. On the right, Elbaseu, on the left, Hedges, a midfield three of Gardner Hickman, Tronstad and Murashita, and a front two of Goodjohnson and Ohashi. Derby County, on the other hand, played a very similar setup, but not quite the same. Zetterstrom in goal, the back three of Langas, Sanderson and Clark. Elder on the left, Ward on the right. David Ozone, Bobby Clark as your central midfielders. Brereton Diaz and Ajimang just behind number 9, Carlton Morris. And it's very, very interesting to see sort of the way that this could go for both sides. Now, I do personally think that towards the end of the game versus Hull City, yes, Derby County scored late on with Lars Jørgen Selvison through a goalkeeper error. But I think that the likes of Carlton Morris looked very leggy. Brereton Diaz looked leggy. The midfield too, Ozo and Clark. Great performance, but did look a little bit leggy. And that's something that Derby County are going to have to look into. Now, this is, I believe, the last fixture heading into the international break, which is coming up in just a few days' time. So it is going to be huge to see which team can sort of step up over the course of the next couple of days, and it is going to be interesting to see what players do miss out. Now, as of time of recording right now, Derby County are set to miss out on Curtis Nelson, Lewis Travis, Max Johnston and Owen Beck. But it will be interesting to see what does happen with that. Obviously, Curtis Nelson isn't registered. Lewis Travis is about 2 weeks away as of right now. Max Johnston won't be back until probably New Year, and Owen Beck isn't expected back until the end of the international break. Now, in terms of Blackburn Rovers, they have some worries of their own. Todd Cantwell is a doubt heading into this one. Scott Wharton is expected out until December. Ballas Toff is expected out till December as well. The likes of Baraji, Garrett, Carter, and those three could all be back heading into this one, but we're not entirely sure. And Carl Gobo is expected out until January of 2026. Now, it's going to be interesting to see how this team does adjust at Blackburn Rovers. Obviously, this is a huge game for Blackburn, in my opinion. Obviously, Derby County picking up John Eustace back in, February time. And then obviously it went on to go and pick up the likes of Andy Vyman, Danny Bart, Lewis Travis, another one who they signed from Blackburn Rovers this summer. But the problem that we have is the head-to-head records don't look too great for Derby County. It's 11 wins for Blackburn Rovers, it's 5 wins for Derby County and 5 draws between the two. Now, if we look at Derby County's recent run away from home at Blackburn Rovers, we haven't picked up a point at Blackburn since 2015. We haven't won a game at Blackburn since 2014. So it is going to be very, very difficult to see if Derby County are able to pick up anything from this game. Now, in terms of players we need to look out for as Derby County fans, obviously Good Johnston's got 3 goals. Oshai has 3 goals as well. Cantwell has 3, but he's expected to miss this one out. Hedges has picked up an assist. In terms of expected goals and things like that, it's Ohashi who's leading the line with that. But they're a very, very good team. And their best players over the course of this season so far is Todd Cantwell, El Baseo, Sean McLaughlin, Tronstad and Ryan Hedges as the top 5. And I do think that they are a very good team. I think they're going to cause us a lot of problems on Saturday morning, and it's going to be interesting to see how Derby County handle with this one. Now, they handled with Hull City really well, they handled QPR quite well, but it's going to be interesting to see how this does go. Now, I spoke the other day about Derby County needing more players to score goals, and ultimately that has not yet happened yet. Carlton Morris picked up his 9th goal of the season on Tuesday night. Lars-Jørgen Salvesen picked up his first. A second assist for Joe Ward. I don't know if anyone's credited with the assist for Lars-Jørgen Salvesen's goal. Let me just go and take a look. Yes, Andres Weimann picked up the assist according to FootMob, which is quite interesting, to be honest, because I don't actually think he touched the ball. But very, very good performances from Derby County on Tuesday. But ultimately, as I mentioned, we need more guys scoring goals. Not necessarily more scoring goals, we need more people on multiple goals. Because at the moment, we only have Carlton Morris, which is very sort of reminiscent of John Eustace's squad at Blackburn last year, where I think there was only 3 or 4 players over the course of the entire season who scored more than one while he was in charge. Which isn't a problem, obviously, so long as you pick up the 3 points. At the end of the day, nobody cares. But Derby County's best players this season have been Morris, Zetterstrom, Clark, Elder, Craig Forsyth as the top 5, which I actually find quite interesting, to be fair, because Craig Forsyth has had a lot of stick this year. But ultimately, I don't actually think he's been too bad. Now, it is an interesting one. Obviously, Dion Sanderson facing up against a former club. Lewis Travis won't be involved, as we know. Andy Vyman, Danny Bart could both have an involvement in this as well. Owen Beck probably won't be involved, but obviously will probably go to the game. And it's going to be interesting to see how this one does go. I will have a full predictions video for the EFL Championship out later today on the Lewis Everett EFL channel. So if you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Head on over to that channel and subscribe to that as well. And I'll catch you later on. Bye-bye, guys.